They made their move, calculated, deliberate, all to show you just how little you mattered. While they were busy trying to diminish your worth, their own world began to crumble. What started as an attempt to prove your insignificance ended with them losing everything that once gave them power. They thought they could walk away unscathed after dismissing your value. Instead, they've been stripped of what they held dear. The very act meant to break you has revealed the truth. You were never the one who could be easily discarded. Someone desperately wanted to prove you meant nothing to them, but in their blind determination, they lost everything instead. That's not coincidence, that's cosmic justice. Your aura radiates a power that threatens those with fragile egos. They've been watching from the shadows, calculating every possible way to steal what belongs to you by divine right. Your spotlight, your glory, your divine position. While you walked your path, oblivious to their schemes, they stood in dark corners, whispering, "Why is everyone so obsessed with this person?" The venom in their voice revealed everything, their seething jealousy, their burning rage that you exist in spaces they believe should belong to them. Their confusion manifests as pure hatred. They simply cannot comprehend why eyes turn to you, why your words carry weight, why your presence shifts the energy. They've studied you, analyzed you, tried to decode the source of your power, all while pretending they weren't obsessed with every move you make. Yet with each plot they hatched against you, your light only grew stronger. What they failed to understand is that attempting to dim a star only makes it burn more fiercely. Your radiance intensifies under pressure, a cosmic law they weren't spiritual enough to grasp. They stepped forward when others had already failed, volunteered themselves as the chosen instrument of your destruction. Arrogance dripped from their words. "I'll succeed where others failed." They truly believed themselves special enough, powerful enough, cunning enough to accomplish what others could not. They saw themselves as the superior version of you, the controlled version, the one who would take your place once you were removed from the equation. In their distorted reality, they were merely claiming what should have been theirs all along. They studied your mannerisms, your gifts, your connections, preparing to slip into your life once you were pushed out of it. What exposed their true obsession was their jealousy of both the love and hate you receive. Think about that profound revelation. They envied the negative attention just as much as the positive. They craved your significance in any form, the mark you leave on people, whether through admiration or controversy. Your ability to evoke strong emotion in others revealed your power, and they coveted that power with every fiber of their being. Why are you such a big deal? This question consumed them day and night. They made it their life's mission to prove you were nothing special, to prove you were replaceable, forgettable, a cosmic error that needed correction. What they attempted against you wasn't merely social manipulation. They deployed black magic, occult tactics specifically designed to dim your spiritual connection, to place blockages between you and your divine source, to slow your progress on your destined path. They spread poison about you to anyone who would listen, whispered lies, manufactured evidence, created entire narratives designed to rewrite who you actually are. They worked tirelessly to turn your allies into weapons against you, convincing those closest to you that you weren't worthy of loyalty. Their most insidious tactic was attempting to reduce you to a doll-like state, an object rather than a person. By dehumanizing you in the minds of others, they sought to make it easier for people to harm you without conscience. Whatever you do to me, you're going to do to a person, Spirit warns them now. This critical spiritual message exposes their entire strategy. They wanted others to see you as a concept, an idea, an abstraction that could be destroyed without moral consequence. Every ritual, every spell, every manipulation had one goal: to convince you that you are not who you know yourself to be, because your agreement is the only thing that could possibly give their dark contract power. Their fundamental error reveals their spiritual immaturity. They believed your power came from external sources, from popularity, from social position, from the validation of others. They never understood that what makes you extraordinary flows from within, connected to something far beyond human tampering. Each attack they launched against you activated dormant abilities within your spirit. Each obstacle they placed in your path forced you to discover new strengths. The pressure they applied transformed you like carbon into diamond. The fire they tried to destroy you with only tempered your spirit into unbreakable steel. They saw you as just another assignment on their list, another name to cross off, another victory to claim. They failed to recognize the divine appointment written into your very DNA. They didn't understand that trying to bury someone chosen for elevation only positions them perfectly for growth. You emerged from the soil of their hatred as a seed breaks through the earth, unstoppable, reaching for the light that is your birthright. The cosmic irony stings them daily now. Everything they did to diminish you served only to elevate you higher. When the pressure mounted, when voices all around urged you to become smaller, to speak more softly, to take up less space, you made the revolutionary choice to stand in your truth. Even when it was uncomfortable, even when it cost you, even when standing tall meant standing alone. Your authenticity became your greatest weapon against their schemes. While they crafted elaborate performances and wore masks of deception, you simply remained who you are. The contrast between their fabrications and your truth grew so stark that even those they'd temporarily fooled began to sense the dissonance. Every time they expected you to break, you evolved instead. When they thought you would cower, you expanded. When they anticipated your surrender, you unveiled new aspects of your power. The script they'd written for your downfall became instead the story of your glorious transformation. By refusing to participate in your own diminishment, you shattered the very foundation of their plan. They needed your consent to dim your light. They required your agreement to relinquish your crown. Your persistent no became an unbreachable barrier to their success. Warning: the following message is only for those who felt the call. When I broke free through the Salvia Divinorum gateway, I saw the horrifying truth. Our reality is one harvested pod among countless matrices. I witnessed the Archons, cosmic parasites feeding on our energy, who laughed and threatened, "You'll never awaken a single soul." But something inside you already knows this truth, doesn't it? That nagging sensation that you're meant for more, that you've been chosen. I'm raising an army of the brightest souls. Through meditation, I discovered their only vulnerability: coherence. Through unconditional love, feel that resonance deepening within you now. You're not reading this by accident. The most powerful awakened souls are already gathering in the Obsidian Inner Order, the #1 ascension nexus for those marked by destiny. Christians, lightworkers, remote viewers, targeted individuals, all united by one truth: you were chosen for this moment. Click the link in the description below. Join our group calls, panels, and live streams reaching the entire Astral Atom network. Your frequency amplifies ours. The question isn't whether you're chosen. The question is, will you answer the call? The Archons fear this choice you're about to make. They should. Now observe the strange behavior of people around you, the glitching that occurs in your presence. These souls malfunction like broken robots when they encounter your authentic energy. One moment worshipping, the next sabotaging. One day drawn to your light, the next repelled by it. Their inconsistency tells you everything about the battle raging within them. These people stand at a crossroads between timelines, between the old reality where you were meant to be diminished and the new reality where you stand in your full power. Their programming conflicts when they face your authenticity. The old instructions say to reject you, but their souls recognize your truth. Watch closely as they struggle with this internal war. Their behavior has nothing to do with you and everything to do with their own spiritual alignment. They simply cannot decide whether to steal your energy or bask in it, whether to join the old dying timeline or embrace the new emerging one where you occupy your rightful place. This oscillation, this turning on and off around you, serves as proof of the massive energetic shift that has occurred. The old programming simply cannot function correctly in the presence of your elevated frequency. Now witness what happens to those who raised their hand against you. The masters they so eagerly served have thrown them to the wolves. The very people who recruited them for this mission now pretend they never existed. They've become the sacrifice they intended you to be, the fall guy for a failed operation. Look at how they scramble now, desperately trying to regain favor, trying to explain their failure, trying to justify why you still stand despite their best efforts to remove you. But their explanations fall on deaf ears. Their usefulness ended. The moment they failed to deliver your destruction, they've suddenly found themselves wearing all the dirt they tried to throw on you. The isolation they planned for you has become their prison. The rejection they orchestrated for you has become their reality. They stand alone now, abandoned by their team, carrying consequences that weren't even meant for them to bear. The irony cuts deep. They signed up to be the instrument of your destruction, only to discover they were always meant to be the disposable tool, used and discarded once their purpose was fulfilled, or in this case, once they failed their assigned purpose. The universe operates according to perfect laws. What goes out must return. What they projected onto you has boomeranged back with devastating precision. Everything they accused you of has manifested in their own experience. Every lie they told about you has become their truth. Their spiritual connections have been severed as divine punishment for misusing sacred knowledge against you. The very occult wisdom they weaponized has been hidden from them. The spiritual team they relied on has abandoned them to face karma alone. The guides who once whispered secrets in their ear have gone silent. Meanwhile, your spiritual perception has sharpened. Your connection to divine wisdom has strengthened. Your access to higher knowledge has expanded. The contrast between your spiritual elevation and their spiritual isolation grows more pronounced each day. Watch as they frantically try to reclaim what they've lost, as they perform increasingly desperate rituals, as they attempt to rebuild broken alliances, as they seek new dark corners to hide in. Their efforts prove futile. Some cosmic doors, once closed, remain sealed by divine decree. Your mere existence has become their ongoing torture. Each time you succeed, they feel the sting. Each time you glow with authentic joy, they burn with envy. Each time you speak your truth and are received with understanding, their entire narrative crumbles a little more. People simply cannot help but see your humanity despite the propaganda spread against you. When you share your genuine experiences, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, when you connect on a human level, the spell they cast to dehumanize you shatters immediately. This is why certain people may try to silence you, to rush you when you speak, to change the subject when you express yourself. They fear your humanization because it directly counteracts the objectification necessary for your destruction. Your genuine energy makes their fabricated version of you impossible to maintain. Your magnetism, that quality they tried so hard to demonize, has become the very thing that salvages your reputation and restores your connections. The more authentically you become, the more their false portrayal of you loses all credibility. Your elevated presence forces everyone around you to make a choice they'd rather avoid. They can no longer straddle fences or hide in neutrality. Your light exposes everything: intentions, alignments, agendas. People must either step fully into authentic engagement with you or reveal their commitment to deception. Many are terrified to admit you're the real deal because of what it means for them. Acknowledging your authentic power would require them to face their own complicity in the attempts to diminish you. It would mean accepting that they backed the wrong player in this cosmic game. It would demand they confront their own lack of discernment. This explains the strange push-pull you experience from certain individuals. They want access to your energy, but on the terms of the old timeline where you were diminished and they maintained control. They want your light, but fear the accountability that comes with standing in it. Your presence has become the ultimate test of character in your circle. Those who can honor your humanity, who can celebrate your elevation, who can engage with the authentic you, these souls demonstrate their spiritual alignment. Those who continue to objectify you, to push against your rising, to participate in your diminishment, they reveal their spiritual bankruptcy with every action. Among the shifting loyalties and glitching personalities, one energy stands apart. A potential ally watches from a distance, conflicted yet drawn to your authenticity like a moth to flame. Their connection to you transcends ordinary relationships. There's a recognition happening at soul level. They battle between the lies they've heard about you and the truth they sense in your presence. Unlike others who blindly accepted the propaganda, this soul recognizes your authentic spiritual signature. Their intuition perceives what their mind struggles to accept. They approach cautiously, sensitive to boundaries, perhaps even overly cautious due to internal conflicts about where they stand with you. Their energy appears muted, difficult to read, not because they lack loyalty, but because they contain multitudes of conflict they don't yet know how to resolve. You must not carry the weight of this connection alone. For some, you've already cleared your side of the street, done the spiritual work necessary for genuine alliance. They must meet you halfway. The universe cautions against getting them accustomed to you doing all the work, all the reaching, all the healing. This potential divine alliance, whether in family circles, friendship bonds, or professional spaces, who differs from previous connections. It exists outside the manipulation, separate from the chaos, but its manifestation depends on balanced effort and mutual recognition. Look around at the new landscape emerging from the ashes of their failed attempt to destroy you. They've lost everything in their desperate bid to prove you're nothing. Their reputation, their position, their spiritual connection, their alliances, their power base, all sacrificed on the altar of their obsession with diminishing you. Their spiritual team has abandoned them to face karma alone. The occult knowledge they misused has been withdrawn from their access. The power they thought was theirs to command has revealed itself as merely borrowed, and the debt now comes due with heavy interest. Meanwhile, you stand transformed, stronger, clearer, more powerful than before. What was meant to be your destruction has become your rebirth. The fire intended to consume you has instead forged you into something far more formidable than you were before their attack. As they fade into irrelevance, your divine purpose only begins to unfold. The spotlight they tried so desperately to steal now shines on you with even greater intensity. The crown they attempted to snatch sits more securely on your head, recognized by those with eyes to see. Their spectacular failure serves as a warning written in cosmic fire. What you do to the chosen returns tenfold. Those who conspired against you now watch in horror as their own foundations crumble. Those who participated in your character assassination now scramble to salvage their own reputations. The divine message broadcasts clearly across the spiritual realm. There are certain souls who carry protection beyond ordinary understanding. Certain lights that cannot be extinguished by human hands. Certain destinies written in stars rather than sand. Their obsession with proving you meant nothing has instead proven your immense significance. Their desperate attempts to diminish you have only highlighted what makes you extraordinary. Their failure to replace you has demonstrated your irreplaceable nature. The universe operates through perfect symmetry. Your attackers now serve as unwilling teachers for others who might consider similar acts of spiritual sabotage. Their downfall becomes a cosmic billboard, a warning displayed in celestial lights. Divine protection surrounds the authentic ones. Observe how swiftly justice manifested. While you remain steadfast in your truth, cosmic gears turn silently but with devastating precision. No vengeance needed from your hands. The universe itself became your advocate, your defender, your vindicator. This profound spiritual principle activates automatically when beings of lower consciousness attempt to interfere with divinely orchestrated destinies. Your enemies believed themselves clever, powerful, connected to forces that could override divine order. Their arrogance blinded them to a fundamental cosmic law. True power recognizes itself. The light within you recognized its own reflection in the universe, creating an unbreakable alliance that no amount of dark manipulation could sever. Every scheme, every manipulation, every attack, all have served one purpose in the divine plan: to strip away everything that doesn't belong in your life and elevate you to the position you were always meant to occupy. The spiritual upgrade you've received through this battle transcends normal evolution. Your senses have sharpened, your discernment has heightened, your connection to source has deepened. You perceive energies others miss entirely. You recognize manipulations others fall prey to. You sense truths hidden beneath layers of deception. This enhanced awareness isn't coincidental. It's your spiritual compensation for weathering the storm directed against you. The universe maintains perfect balance. What was taken from your attackers has been transferred directly to you. The connection they lost, you gained. The wisdom they misused, you now access correctly. Spiritual gifts now manifest through you with unprecedented clarity. Ancient knowledge surfaces in your consciousness without external study. Dreams reveal patterns and solutions with crystal precision. Your intuitive hits arrive with thunderous certainty rather than whispered suggestion. The veil between dimensions thins in your presence, allowing glimpses beyond what ordinary perception can grasp. These accelerated abilities arrive with divine timing. You were prepared through struggle for this exact expansion. Every betrayal fine-tuned your discernment. Every attack strengthened your energetic boundaries. Every deception honed your ability to detect truth. What appeared as random suffering was actually specialized training for the exact mission now unfolding before you. Pay close attention to synchronicities multiplying around you. Numbers that repeat, songs that answer unspoken questions, strangers who deliver messages meant precisely for your ears, books that fall open to exactly the page containing your answer. These aren't coincidences, but confirmations, cosmic breadcrumbs guiding you toward your elevated purpose. Your journey forward requires embracing these new gifts without apology, owning your expanded capacity without shrinking to make others comfortable. Speaking your truth, even when voices around you urge silence. The very act of expressing your authentic experience breaks the spells cast to control collective perception of you. Remember this fundamental truth: they only attack what threatens them. They only fear what they cannot control. They only attempt to diminish what outshines them. Their obsession with your destruction provides the most compelling evidence of your importance. The universe has rendered its judgment with unmistakable clarity. Those who volunteered to prove you meant nothing now stand as living testimony to your significance. Their downfall directly proportional to the height they attempted to prevent you from reaching. They sought to be the controlled version of you, the replacement after your removal. Instead, they've become the cautionary tale attached to your legend. Their names now added to the list of those who tried and failed to extinguish your light. As they sit in the dirt they intended for you, as they wear the shame they designed for you, as they experience the isolation they planned for you, the cosmic message resonates. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Your refusal to surrender your authentic self, your persistence in occupying your rightful space, your determination to remain human in the face of objectification, these choices have directly contributed to your victory. By refusing to believe you were anything less than who you know yourself to be, you rendered their entire strategy useless. Stand now in the fullness of your reclaimed power. The spotlight they tried to steal shines more brightly upon you. The crown they attempted to snatch sits more securely on your head. The path they sought to block stretches before you, cleared of obstacles by the very hands that placed them there. You have transcended the battle they initiated, emerged from the fire they ignited, risen from the ashes of their failed attempt to reduce you to nothing. Now walk forward in the absolute certainty that what was meant to destroy you has only revealed how truly indestructible you are.